Don't miss the tea. Subscribe now.
Okay, bestie, buckle up because I have some piping hot tea that's gonna make your jaw drop. Remember how my dad was murdered 4 years ago? Yeah, that nightmare. Well, let me tell you, the drama never ends. So here's the deal. I just had the most infuriating, unbelievable conversation with Chloe, my stepsister, and I'm still shaking. Grab your wine because this is gonna be a ride. First, let me remind you how this whole hellscape started. 4 years ago, I got the call. You know, the one that shatters your entire existence. My dad had been attacked, beaten to death in some random act of violence. I was in my 20s, barely keeping my own life together, and suddenly I'm thrust into this role of being the responsible adult. Except there was no one else to step up. No one. Just me, alone, drowning in paperwork, detectives, funeral arrangements, and the fucking worst decision of my life. Pulling the plug on my own father. Can you even imagine? Sitting in that sterile hospital room, staring at machines keeping his body alive while his brain was already gone. The doctors asking me, "Do you want us to stop life support?" Like I had any clue how to answer that. Like I wasn't just a kid who still called him for advice on how to unclog a sink. And where was Chloe during all this? Where was she? Off living her cozy little life, that's where. Not a single text. Not a single, "Hey, how are you holding up?" Nothing. Zero. Zilch. And don't even get me started on the aftermath. I handled everything. The cremation, me picking out the urn, me the memorial service, me again. I had to sift through his belongings, cancel his bills, deal with the fucking DA's office. Do you know how many times I had to retell the story of his death to strangers? It was like reliving the trauma on loop. Meanwhile, Chloe couldn't even bother to show up to the funeral. But guess what? Now that there's money involved. Oh, suddenly she's blowing up my phone like we're long-lost sisters. Here's the tea. The state gave me a victim compensation payout a while back. I used it to cover the cremation, the urn, the memorial, all the shit nobody else helped with. And now, after 4 years of radio silence, Chloe calls me out of the blue, voice dripping with faux concern. "Hey," she says, like we're about to catch up over brunch. "So, I heard there might be another payout after the trial." Girl, my blood ran cold. I knew where this was going. And sure enough, she hit me with the ask. I was thinking maybe we could split it. My husband lost his job, the mortgage is due, and the kids. The audacity. Let me just deep breath. Where do I even begin? First of all, we aren't splitting anything. This isn't a joint bank account. This is compensation for the trauma I endured, the work I did, the nights I spent sobbing into my pillow while she was MIA. And now she wants to waltz in and claim half for her mortgage. Oh, but it gets better. Her mom, my stepmom, who divorced my dad 6 years before he died, had the nerve to back her up. She called me all sanctimonious, saying, "Your father would have wanted you to help family." Excuse me. Family. Where was this family energy when I was drowning in grief? When I had to sign the death certificate alone? When I had to pack up his apartment while she and Chloe were off, doing whatever the hell they were doing? And let's be real, my dad and Chloe weren't even close. She barely spoke to him after the divorce. But now she's playing the "he'd want us to stick together" card. Oh, honey, no. The only thing my dad would have wanted is for someone to have my back when I needed it, not for me to fund her suburban meltdown. But here's the kicker. When I said no, obviously, they acted like I was the villain, like I was some heartless monster denying poor Chloe her fair share. Stepmonster even had the gall to say I owed them. Owed them what? A paycheck for their absence, a reward for their indifference. Let me tell you, bestie, I slept just fine after shutting that down. If refusing to fund their guilt trips makes me selfish, then pour me a glass of selfishness and call me greedy. Because after everything I've been through, I'm not giving them a damn dime. Not now, not ever. Just typing this out has my heart racing again. Can you believe these people? Like, what would you do in my shoes? Let them walk all over you after they ghosted you during the worst moment of your life, or stand your ground and keep what's yours. Honestly, sometimes I wonder if the universe is testing me. First, I lose my dad in the most horrific way possible. Then I'm forced to make impossible decisions no kid should ever have to make. And now I'm being guilt-tripped by the very people who couldn't be bothered to send a condolence card. It's like the grief wasn't enough. I have to deal with this emotional blackmail too. But here's what I keep coming back to. I know my worth, and I know what I deserve. And it's not this. It's not their manipulation, their entitlement, their sudden crocodile tears. So yeah, I'm keeping the money. And if they don't like it, well, they know where the door is. Sai, thanks for letting me vent, bestie. I swear, without you, I'd have lost my mind by now. Pass the wine, will ya? This drama deserves a toast. Wine glass.